Hey, welcome to TE 214, Math Methods for Middle Childhood Teachers. So what we're going to do in this video is we are going to go over the syllabus and talk about your first assignment. So basically what we're looking at in the syllabus, you guys are going to research and develop strategies for structuring meaningful math lessons that will guide your students to construct an accurate understanding of the skills and concepts of mathematics. The lesson plans that you guys are going to create are going to guide your instruction when you go to classrooms and in your mini lessons. So you guys have a field experience that's starting on the week of the 21st. I'm sure that you've received an email from Dr. Jones by now. And in this email, she will have told you the placement and your cooperating teacher. In the next couple days, I hope that you guys can reach out to those classroom teachers and introduce yourself and just thank them for the opportunity to come and observe them in their classroom. The field requirement is 40 hours, and you guys are also required to teach 7 lessons in that classroom, and those can be whole group, they can be small group, and they can be individual. But you guys are responsible for creating the experiences and making sure that they're developmentally appropriate lessons. So make sure that you guys utilize the Ohio Content Standards for Learning Mathematics. And let's talk about the schedule in this class. So in the schedule, it says that Wednesday I'm going to upload a video, and Friday at 11:59 your assignments are due. That listed is my office number. That is my office at the school where I teach. So you guys, if you have any questions, you can email me or you can call me and leave a voicemail there. When we're looking at the text, we're looking at Teaching Mathematics by Marilyn Burns. Don't know how you guys feel about somebody that puts their picture on the cover of their textbook, but it's actually a pretty decent textbook. The course covers topics of elementary and middle school mathematics, and it meets the needs of students preparing to teach elementary and middle school math. There are a lot of topics listed here that I'm not going to read to you guys. I'm also going to assume that you guys can read the academic dishonesty policy, the class attendance policy. As far as that goes, all I expect from you guys is to watch the videos, do your reading, and upload your assignments on time. Clearly, you have a separate set of guidelines for your field experience, so make sure that you guys are following your schedule and being considerate of the teacher that's letting you in their classroom. So when we look at the course outline, today we have the annotated bibliography number 1. You guys are going to read pages 3 through 24, and your assignment is due at 11:59 on Friday. Next week, your first mini lesson will be due on Friday. So if we go to the assignments page and we talk about these annotated bibliographies, basically what they are, you guys are going to identify, read, and annotate a peer-reviewed journal article relating to the readings in the text. So this week you only have the first part, chapter 1, to pull from. In 2 weeks you'll have 2 chapters worth to pull from and find something that you find interesting. So you guys are to pull these articles, read them, and then the paper, it just looks like an APA citation at the top, half-page summary, and half-page analysis. The analysis is the most important part. I'm not really worried about, the summary. If I'm really interested in the article, I'll just pull it and read it myself. What I do need to know is, how are you guys planning on utilizing the information in your classroom, and how is it going to shape your instruction? Or sometimes you'll read an article and say, this was junk. I'm not really a fan, and that's okay too. But I do need rich analysis for this. As far as your mini lessons go, these are 10 to 15 minute videos that you guys will upload onto YouTube by the due date. Your final 4 will be part of a thematic unit from the Ohio Standards for Learning Mathematics. And basically what this does is it simulates a typical work week for a teacher, 4 lessons and then an assessment at the end. So I think that this is probably going to be beneficial for you, and you're going to have 8 weeks to plan 4 days worth of instruction, so it shouldn't be too bad. There will be a final exam. As far as field experience goes, you guys are going to create a digital portfolio, and all this is it's a digital file that has your 7 lesson plans and your timesheet. I will have your evaluations from Dr. Jones, so you guys don't need to worry about putting them in your portfolios. So let's talk about the chapter real quick. And when we look at Burns, she does a really nice thing with each of her chapters is she breaks them into starting points, and that kind of compartmentalizes it and chunks it up and makes it a little easier to read and to process. I think that the most important thing for you guys to focus on as far as pulling information for your articles is going to be starting point 4, helping students become effective math learners. Try to find articles about that, because ultimately the most important thing for you to do, especially with today's kids, is to find a way to engage the most students. You're going to have students in your classroom that are intrinsically motivated to be successful, or they have parents that are motivating them to be successful. Those aren't the kids that are necessarily going to be the ones that drive the way you design your instruction. What we're looking for is ways to engage kids that maybe are scared of math, kids that don't want to do math, kids that could care less, maybe kids that don't have a person that they want to seek the approval of. In the syllabus, I quote John Wesley, and it's my favorite Wesley quote, and it's, "Do all the good you can by all the means you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, by all the means you can, as long as you can." So basically what that says is your primary goal is to make a difference in these kids' lives. Especially when we look at putting Christian values into a classroom again. As long as you are doing something good for these kids, you are being successful. And that's the most important thing for these kids. So that is my parting thought. Hopefully you guys have a great week, and God bless.